Hey guys, this is Juan from Temperamento. I'm just going to show you how to get started working with Visual Knockout, aka VKO1. So basically it's like an MPC but for visual. So you have a lot of pads, you have banks, and you can add stuff to the pads. All of these that you see here, for example, are so-called metal shaders, which is code basically. It's Apple technology that says draw this to the computer and it draws stuff. So for example, you have these are like packs that you can buy. Here, this one is a new one called Computer Weld. So you buy them and you install them and they look like this. And this is super important. You can right click on any pad and you have, if you have a lot of stuff here. So this is super important. You can, for example, make it go faster. So this is, and you can go make it go the other way, like that. For example, you can have video clips, GIFs, images, even 3D models, a lot of stuff. But basically, it works the same. You have a bunch of visuals, you add them to a pad, and then you press play. It's super important because if you don't press play, the beat reactive effects will do nothing. So all of this flashing you see here, for example, this happens because I have the sequencer. So for example, if I use pixelate, for example, here, you can see that it's pixelating the graphics in real time over syncing to this BPM right now. And here's a nice hint. If you are using internal sync, which is basically the internal clock, which basically is the default syncing mode, you can tap here. This is the jog wheel. You can do lots of stuff with the jog wheel, but one fun thing that you can do with the jog wheel is actually that you can tap BPM. So if I just tap this, it's the same as going up here and tapping here, but of course it's much faster. So I have used this myself, which is really nice because audio detection BPM, we have audio bit detection. It can be very hard on the CPU. So important to know, all these master effects work only if you are playing the sequencer. And here, if you long hold the knob here, you open up the master effect menu where you can choose a lot of stuff. You can also right click, say that I really love mirror, add to my favorites, and then it's here. I can do a lot of stuff here. So about these ones with the icon, these are so-called metal shaders. So for example, the cool thing about them, these that you can write your own. So if you right click, long tap, edit graph here, you come into the node editor. And this one here, you can add lots and lots of stuff. So for example, you can add, say that we want to add some kind of halftone node. So then you take this one like that and this one like that. Now you have a halftone effect here. And you can also, let me just do that. You can change the color of it, of course, like that. And you can drive the amount, for example, of the halftone with other things. So, for example, I could, sorry, let me put myself here. You could, for example, LFO. We have an LFO thing here, input. You could, for example, value to the amount. You see, it starts happening funky stuff here. You can use shape here, triangle, and the rate. Basically, it's how fast it goes, I think. And if you press done, now you have, right now, this effect is being driven by the LFO. plus everything else, which is really cool. You can also add effects by right-clicking. For example, if we're just going to, let me just do this, right-clicking on a clip, you can also add effects here. So for example, we could add tile repeat. So now this visual here is having using tile repeat. You can stack effects, which is really powerful. For example, pixel sort, you can do that. So now it's two effects upon each other on this one. For example, we could go and add some kind of, for example, edges to this one, making it look like that. Really weird, funky, I don't know. And if you press play, as you see, nothing is happening here again. Why? Because I don't have the master effects activating. So then the beat effects, these ones, they will not work if you don't press play. Very simple to understand. But it can be very confusing. Also, some other cool stuff here that I have been adding. This version is coming out very soon. If you go here to stat, you have something called panic cap when you are playing this, and you have a lot of visuals, and you have lots of, for example, metal shaders that can be very heavy on the GPU. You can actually auto drop the quality when the GPU chokes, and you can have this one on ultra low, and it actually looks good anyway. So for example, Command P takes up an output window. Here it is. If you go here, open video output, and you can add this to another screen, for example. If you connect this, your iPad, if you're running this on iOS, iPad or iPhone, and you do AirPlay, the output will be on the screen, and you will see the interface like this. So this was a roundup, just a quick to give you a start. There's so much other things. If you go to this one here, quick start, you have a lot of keyboard shortcuts for using with Bluetooth keyboard or your Mac keyboard. You can also go to the website. For example, you have the online manual here. There's a lot of things here. You can go and read about all of the features that I have in this amazing app. Have a nice one. Cheers!